What's up, guys? This is Big D, and once again, you're watching Big D Films. Welcome back for yet another edition of the Shattered Glass Saloon, where we talk things motorcycles. So, grab your seat, grab your drink, and join in on the discussion. Cheers. Now, as you'll notice, this is the second straight edition of the Shattered Glass Saloon because, unfortunately, it is that time of year again here in the great state of Michigan. And imagine my surprise just about a week or so ago where one day it's 50 some odd degrees, and then the next day I get up, I open the back door, and this is what I see. Yeah, not overly happy or thrilled about that whatsoever. So obviously, not going to have a chance to ride in those kind of conditions. Now I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I get at least one more good day in, because I'm not ready to you're never ready to put the bike up, when that season starts rolling around again, but I'm running out of time here. So I'm hoping that the weather will cooperate here with me at some point, and I can at least get back out at least once or twice before I have to really put it away. Now, that brings up today's discussion. Not necessarily riding in the snow, because I don't know anybody that's really going to want to attempt to do that. I'm sure that there's some people out there that wouldn't at least mind giving it a shot. I am not among them. But it does bring up the question of some other kind of riding weather that a lot of people around here seem not to really want to ride in. And I'm talking about riding in the rain. That's what today's discussion is all about, is riding in the rain. And I want to know your guys' thoughts. I'll come back to that, about riding in the rain. And see, amongst other people that I ride with and along with myself, it really kind of seems to vary. Some people don't mind whatsoever to ride in the rain. There's even that old saying, well, if you don't ride in the rain, you're not a real biker. You know what I mean? I've heard that time and time again before, too. So as far as I'm concerned, and riding in the rain, it really kind of depends for me. If I'm sitting at home and I look out the window and I see that it's already raining, it kind of puts me off to wanting to go out and ride right then. I'm like, I don't want to leave the house and just ride right out into it and get soaking wet. I just would rather not do that. But if I am already out and about and I've been riding for a while, I happen to just get caught in it or something, well, I'm already in it at that point. Whoop-de-doo. And usually, it seems like, when I do get caught in the rain, I'm most likely riding back home anyway. So I'm just going to get home and I'm going to change. No big deal, right? Or if we're out on a multi-day trip, there's maybe 2 days, nice sunshiny weather, everything's beautiful, grand, wonderful. But then there's that next day where it's just rainy and crap. And yeah, you still got to get to the next town or something. You don't really have much of a choice. You kind of have to ride through it, whether you want to or not. I know there's some people that might just put that off and be like, well, then I don't want to do that. I would just rather not. So for me, it kind of just depends. Again, I don't want to just leave the house while it's pouring down rain, but if I get caught in it, not really that big of a deal. But I know there's some people out there that, even there's been a couple trips that we've taken, and even if, for some people, even if there's a chance, it's like, well, it could rain later. I don't want to take that chance. Nah. For me, I don't know. If I see it's like, well, it's, let's see, it's going to be a 50% chance. It might rain. It might not. They don't know. I don't know. Weatherman doesn't know. The app doesn't know. I mean, you know what? Then I'll take my chances. And again, I'm already out and about at that point. If I get caught in it, big deal. I'll change when I get home. It's not that big of a deal to me. So, but I hate rain gear. I absolutely hate it. It's not comfortable. it makes, I don't know. There's something about rain gear, and especially the time of the year it is too. Obviously, rain gear doesn't breathe very well. And so you put rain gear on and then you start to sweat and it's just, blech. I just don't like it. I don't care for it. Half the time, somehow, water ends up still like getting in my boots and I got soaking wet socks and soaking wet boots. And it seems to still like run down the back somehow. I mean, it keeps me dry for the most part, but it still doesn't like 100% do the job. So I'm just not a big fan of rain gear. So even if it is going to rain, you pull up the radar or something, we have all that wonderful technology nowadays. And if it's like, well, that's only that little spot. We ride right through there. Yeah, I'll get a little wet, but shoot, by the time we get to where we're going, I'm probably going to be dry anyways. I ain't even going to worry about it. So half the time I don't. Now, on other days, if it's, just pouring down rain, it's going to all day long, and we got to get from one town to another on a trip, I guess probably put the rain gear on, try to save yourself from some of that. But then there's other factors as well. Roads start to get a little slicker, so you really got to pay attention. You got to be careful. Depending on where you're at, I don't like riding on the freeways to begin with. That's a topic for another day. But riding in the rain on the freeway, I'll avoid that at all costs if I can. I don't know about everywhere else in the United States or the world for that matter, but at least here in Michigan, it starts to rain. You're on a motorcycle, you're on the freeway, well, people drive like idiots. They somehow forget how to drive, and it makes it that much more dangerous. So I try to steer clear of the highways, especially while it's raining. So, there's several different factors in there. And so I guess long and short of all of this is when it comes to riding in the rain, it really just kind of depends for me. Depends on the scenario, depends on where I'm at. I mean, how much rain are we looking at, for how long? So depending on the factors, if it's not going to take all day, I get drenched for a little while. I don't care. Press on forward. No biggie to me. Even if it's going to downpour all day, as long as I'm not sitting at home, nice and dry. I think that's really my only factor. I think that's the only thing where I go, you know what? I would just rather not ride in the rain. If I'm already sitting at home and it's downpouring rain, that's when I'll say, you know what? Nah, I don't think so. But I think really in any other instance, in any other scenario, it doesn't bother me that much. It's a little bit of water, and as long as I'm, paying attention, I'm being careful, taking the road conditions into consideration and all that, not a big deal to me. I'll go out, I'll ride in the rain. Not really that big a deal to me. So, with that being said, that's really all I got to talk about. It's kind of a short and sweet one today. I really want to know where you guys sit on that. And so, that's where you guys come in. I want to know your thoughts. And I guess your beliefs and what you're comfortable with as far as riding in the rain. Do you have certain factors, like I do, or do you just, there's no way I'm going out and riding in the rain, I want nothing to do with it, or is it, rain, I don't care, off on the road we go. I'm just curious, some of you guys, other motorcyclists, where do you sit on that subject? But with that, this edition of the Shattered Glass Saloon is closed. Again, that's where you guys come in. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think on this topic of riding in the rain. And if you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you don't miss any other Shattered Glass Saloon or Road Story videos that will be coming up here in the future. And hopefully, again, we'll get another ride video or two in before it's all said and done this year. So with that being said, I'm Big D. You've been watching Big D Films, and until next time, we'll catch you down the road.